Hello, my name is Casey Loomis, and thank you for joining me for my fourth 2022 semi-annual sketchbook practice video. 26 pages were selected from each month of this semi-annual, making the total number of pages selected so far 78. This is the same number of pages selected compared to the previous semi-annual from this year. Over the past 5 years, I've done 3,930 pages of art practice, both digital and paper. Each page represents an hour of work. I've also watched an hour of tutorials almost every day. So assuming that I watched an average of 360 hours of tutorials a year, then I've had 1,800 hours of instruction so far. This brings the grand total of art studied to about 5,730 hours. If you subscribe to the idea that 10,000 hours is required to master a skill, which they call being a subject matter expert, then I am halfway done. I'd have to consider myself a competent artist at this point because I can reasonably express any idea I want to if I were given a reasonable amount of time. I have noticed that my art style is consistent. For example, I can draw new characters in different poses while still keeping their likeness. I must admit that I'm intentionally creating characters with distinct characteristics, but regardless, their likeness is still maintained. The area I would like to see the most improvement would be speed, as my art goal is animation. This may also be why I'm so easy on myself when it comes to accuracy, because if I created animation at 30 frames a second, then small imperfections wouldn't be seen for too long. The reason that I feel that I'm a good enough artist, even though I'm only halfway done, is in part because I already have an idea of the style I want to draw in. For example, had I been interested in drawing in a more realistic style, then it would have been reflected in my art practice, and I would be good at that. It's true that you need time to learn to do anything, but once you know what you want to learn, then you can skip anything that doesn't directly relate to that. On that note, I'd like to talk about narrowing your goals. It's easier to get one thing done as opposed to several things done. It's also harder to see progress when you're working on multiple things. When you're faced with large or complicated tasks, try to break them into smaller steps so that you can better manage them. That concludes my semi-annual sketchbook practice video. If there was anything in the video you liked or found useful, please add a like. Comments about any of the content would be appreciated. Thank you for watching.